Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Jeremiah Salyers, military training instructor, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position, we would like to take a moment and ask visitors to help us keep our graduates healthy and safe. Please cover your mouth while coughing or sneezing, wash your hands frequently, utilize hand sanitizer, and avoid attendance at ceremonies if you're experiencing flu-like symptoms. For the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers. Utilize the handrails and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you, and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to accord distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All of the movements that you will observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as the military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision and response to the leader's orders, and to provide for the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formation. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flight saluting as one form of drill. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you're here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the Air Force song, and the reciting of the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to our flag during the national anthem. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return your hand to your side. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Now marching into position, Flight 124, led by Staff Sergeant Jordan Spann. Flight 125, led by Master Sergeant Brian Hadraba. Flight 126, led by Technical Sergeant Brad Middleton. Flight 127, led by Technical Sergeant William Anderson. Flight 128, led by Technical Sergeant Jeffrey Nelligan. Flight 129, led by Technical Sergeant Carlos Coronado.
Sir, you need to have a seat.
Flight 130, led by Technical Sergeant Thang Nguyen. Flight 131, led by Technical Sergeant Hillary Dagger. Flight 132, led by Staff Sergeant Deshaun Harris. Flight 133, led by Staff Sergeant Marissa Grantham. Flight 134, led by Technical Sergeant Nathan Sadik. Flight 135, led by Staff Sergeant Joey Belts. Flight 136, led by Technical Sergeant Nathan Johnson. Flight 137, led by Staff Sergeant Haley Maskule. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by trainees from Flight 138, performing under the direction of Master Sergeant Nathan Heald, military training instructor, hometown, Yorba Linda, California. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork in the Air Force's core value, service before self. Which each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Gwynn.
Good morning. I invite you to join me in prayer. Almighty God, as we gather on this cold and rainy day, we're reminded that rain is often a symbol of your blessing being poured out. And so, Almighty God, we ask that you would pour out your blessing on these soon-to-be airmen, these families, and the 321st Training Squadron staff and our great nation. As these soon-to-be airmen receive their coveted Airman's coin, may they be reminded of the legacy and the sacrifice made by service members who have come before them. This morning, as the Warthogs of the 321st Training Squadron prepare to graduate from basic military training, my prayer, as this retreat ceremony will not be soon forgotten. I ask from this day forward that every time these soon-to-be airmen pause from their duties at the sound of the bugle, they will be mindful of the generations who have gone before them, who have served, bled, and died for the sacrifices we have today. Gracious God, cause each of us to remember and never forget the military members who are currently serving and who have served in the past, and help us to reflect on the great price paid and continue to be paid for the red, white, and blue. It's in your holy name we do pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1990 graduate of Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson, accompanied by his wife, and 2004 graduate of Basic Military Training, Stephanie. The Commander, 321st Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Crosby. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 321st Training Squadron, and 2002 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Daryl Villard, accompanied by his wife, Jessica. The Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Villard will now come forward and address our graduating class.
What do you think about the Air Force's newest airmen? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take a moment and say thank you to the family members who have loved and supported these men and women and helped them get here today. Your support has been integral to your airmen's success here and will continue to be in the future. Ask any service member and they will attest to the importance of their friends and family in their success. Thank you. To our veterans in the crowd, if able, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service to the defense of our country and for devoting your life to a purpose greater than yourself. These airmen we celebrate today and airmen all around the world supporting our freedoms are standing on your shoulders. It is because of your love for our country that many of these airmen are carrying on your legacy and serving today. Thank you. I would like to recognize the military training instructors who have poured their hearts and souls into the care and training of our nation's warriors. In just 7.5 weeks, they have transformed these airmen into the impressive men and women we see before us today. Our airmen are better trained than ever before to deal with the ever-changing challenges at home and abroad. You have played a critical role in mentoring, developing, and shaping our newest graduates to meet the needs of the world's greatest Air Force. It is a difficult job and one that you have done exceptionally well. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that you give a round of applause to this dedicated team of professionals. To our graduates, congratulations. You have made it through 7.5 weeks of rigorous training, overcome many challenges, and have made the transformation to airmen. You are now part of the less than 1% of Americans who have raised their hand in the defense of our country in the guiding principles we as Americans and members of the profession of arms hold so dear. As you begin your Air Force journey as newly minted airmen, I want to impart on you 3 principles that have helped me become successful over the last 21 years serving this great nation. The first is to treat each other with dignity and respect and foster an environment of diversity and inclusion. Members of the Air Force come from all walks of life, races, genders, and backgrounds. Welcome this in your fellow airmen. Diverse thinking leads to more powerful outcomes, and it is because of this diversity that you are the most feared air power the world has ever known. Principle 2, grow where you are planted. Because this means whatever the Air Force asks you to do it to the best of your abilities. Some of the best things that have ever happened to me in my career were things that I did not choose to do or ask to do. It is because of these opportunities that I was able to grow and stretch in ways that I never felt possible. And lastly, be coachable. Be willing to take tough feedback and learn from those experiences. Understand that people care about you and your development and want to see you succeed. Airmen, I leave you with this. You are joining a team of professionals dedicated to integrity, service, and excellence. We are in unprecedented times with unprecedented challenges and will continue to overcome, adapt, and thrive in an unpredictable world with unpredictable circumstances. During these uncertain times, the American public looks to you as a beacon of hope to calm the waters of uncertainty, and I have no doubt you're up to the challenge. Your will, desire, and dedication to your country and a purpose greater than yourself has brought you here and will continue to be what drives and motivates you moving forward. Today, you'll begin to write the next chapter in your Air Force story. Whatever your path, I encourage you to make the most of it, and I thank you for committing yourself to serving your country. You've completed all graduation requirements and will now receive your coveted Airman's coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to airmen. Congratulations.
Warthogs!
Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur, until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our air and space force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force. The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961 and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, Semper Supra, which translates to always above. This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Crosby will now come forward and address our graduating class.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 37th Training Wing, home of Air Force Basic Military Training. Thank you to all the loved ones, the families, the friends, the guests that are in attendance today. Our families are the bedrock of our nation, our Air Force, and you all provide us the strength we need to accomplish the mission. Now, you trusted us to turn your sons and daughters into airmen, to care more about their country, to care more about serving others than they do themselves. And with your love and support, they made it. And not only did they make it, you'll notice changes when you see them later today. They're more confident, they're more disciplined, and they are more mentally tough. Much of this was through the support, your support, over the past 2 months, through Thanksgiving, through the holidays, and the New Year, and more recently, this winter storm. We thank you for the love and support that you provided them. Now, throughout their journey at basic military training, your sons and daughters were under the care of our military training instructors. To my MTIs, through your leadership and your example, you have inspired each airman in your flight. You have made our Air Force better with every airman that you've trained. You took 637 individuals and transformed them into this amazing team of professional, multi-capable airmen standing in front of you today. Please join me in thanking them for their incredible work. Now, Warthogs of the 321st, as you prepare to graduate tomorrow and march down the bomb run, I remind you that completing basic military training is an important milestone but it is not an ending. It's only just the beginning of your Air Force journey. You will take the lessons and skills that you learned here and apply them as you learn your craft and tech training, and when you arrive into your first duty assignment where you will operate as part of ready forces executing assigned missions. Now, these assigned missions are more complicated as today's security environment is as complex as ever, with competition among nations as our adversaries grow their capabilities to challenge America. But just like airmen that have come before you, like Chief Master Sergeant Hackney, the namesake of our training complex, and just like the veterans and the airmen and the stands here today, you will not falter and you will not fail. You are part of a team of 330,000 airmen as we defend the Constitution, our freedom, and our way of life. Now take care of yourself and your wingmen. It's been an honor to be your commander, and in the years to come, I look forward to seeing your contributions to our great nation, our Air Force, and to serve alongside of you. Airmen, always remember, one team!
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Crosby. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who has demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from Flight 126, Airman Troy Park. He is from Mililani, Hawaii, and joined the Air Force to become an aerospace propulsion specialist. His recruiter is Technical Sergeant Arnell Data from Hickam Air Force Base. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention.
I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation strong. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, a century of defender. I defend my country's bloodline. I am an American Airman, vigilant, leader, orderly. I will never be carried behind. I will never falter.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Families with graduates in the Drum and Bugle Corps are asked to wait for their graduates on the north side of the west bleachers while they secure their equipment. We ask that you refrain from running onto the retreat pad and please use caution when descending the bleachers. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas.
Anyone lost their flight caps, but usually we say if you're an airman who lost their flight cap, please report to the podium, and then after that you can say additionally.
If you are an airman that lost your flight cap, report to the podium inside the PRC to claim it. Additionally, if there was a guest that dropped a cell phone with a purple case, please report to the PRC to claim it. Thank you. Graduates are now dismissed to their families.
The podium on out there.
Top graduate, please report to the podium outside of the PRC.